Hey, what's good? What's good? It's Coach Rashid, and I'm back with another hot video coming to you live and direct in full effect. I am the founder of Team Achieve Prosperity Club, where we help you navigate these crazy crypto waters so you can avoid the pitfalls, avoid the pit holes, and so you can arrive at your destination without hesitation and procrastination. We are here to make sure that you succeed in this space, and that's why we're bringing you another hot video. So if you're looking for that crypto SOS because you run into some problems, have no fear, because we are here to serve. Let's get busy. Check out this new video. Peace.
All right. Well, you know what? That was pretty cool. I know right now, many of you are wondering, man, what in the world is going on? Where have you been? What are you doing now? Well, guess what? You are in luck. Yesterday, I actually put together a compilation of great projects that are happening in 2025. Yes, I took a break for a while, but I'm back. So if you haven't been on my channel for a while, definitely take a look at some of those videos that I posted in the last week, and some of the shorts that really highlight some of the key projects that are really ramping up to do some great things in this season. But today I want to talk about there's this node, like miners and nodes are taking over, like actually doing their thing. And I am just very fortunate that I have some amazing partners in this community that have helped me see the light. A couple of years ago, I just was not involved with nodes and didn't really want to play that game, small gains on a daily basis or monthly basis. So I just didn't see it for what it is. And then over time, after I would pay attention to others that were involved in nodes, and Web3 became more prominent, and I said, wait a minute, right? A little bit every day. And when you start to see them compound, oh my gosh, I was like, man, I really missed the boat on a lot of these projects, and including the one I'm going to talk about today. Good friend of mine, he had hit me up about it and was like, yo, you need to check this out. I was involved in something else, and I was like, it's a minor node. I was like, oh man, I've done that. They switch up the tokens on you somewhere down the road, and all of a sudden you don't see any benefit from it. So I was like, you know what, I'll just take a break. And weird as it may seem, somewhere in the past, there was another coin that was being produced by some guys in Texas, and it wasn't this one, but I was like, man, I remember that. And it wasn't something that I really was interested in. So I was like, no, I think I'll kind of, let that one go on by. And doing that, what I basically did was mess myself up to a point where I wasn't really able to get back in there and believe in it, if you will. And so when you see something and you don't believe in it because you saw something previously that seemed like it, well, it wasn't really what it was. And so I basically allowed myself to get in and miss the beginning of something that is super powerful that I should have focused on and really learned more about. And so that's why when I saw the website, I like the fact that they said your second chance at crypto, because that's really important, because it did give me an opportunity to come back and look at this and say, this is not the other project. The other project was nothing like this. I mean, it didn't have the bones. It didn't have the foundation. It didn't have, Bobby Gray behind it. Like, he is a massive influence behind why I even really looked at TexitCoin and excited about it. And it's just so phenomenal to see what they're doing. So today I want to talk about why TexitCoin is your second chance at crypto, like really give you an opportunity to level up, to raise your game, to really get excited about crypto again, because they have done something that nobody else is doing. And it is a continuation, not a pump and dump, not something that comes and goes. It's not a matter of that coin launch and then everybody sold and it just disappeared. They have a utility behind this thing. He has an actual plan to get this coin to $16 and then open the door to major moves beyond that. So when we talk about the path or the road to $16, you'll hear that. There's videos about it. There's an article that Bobby Gray did, but he is talking about, we get you that's the proof of real concept. Like, we are showing you that this thing is real. This thing has the utility that it needs. This one will go the distance. Now we're going to launch this bad boy, right? So if you got in at 40 cents, 50 cents, $1, then guess what? Think about getting it to 16. Yes, that's like 16x. You know what 16x means, right? It's 1600%. Like, it's crazy, right? Just crazy. So I'm going to talk about TexitCoin. I'm going to give you pretty much everything you need to know, a little history, a little about, like I said, the founder behind it, the mission that they have, why they even created TexitCoin, and the rocket ship. When you hear the term rocket ship in any other context, it really has no meaning. When you hear about it with TexitCoin, you will fully understand why that is the example that Bobby Gray gives for the coin potentially going beyond the 16 to potentially going beyond 100, beyond 1,000, and even beyond $2,000 per coin. Yes, that is the future of this particular TexitCoin. It is built to last at least 130 years. The actual hash power that he is generating for this and building and building and building, the owner has purchased container loads that are already got the hash power, the servers, all the nodes are packed in there. The miners are doing their thing. They get delivered and they are on the ground working. So I'm Rashid. I'm Coach Rashid. And yes, I'm excited to talk to you about TexitCoin. Been in the game since about 2015, 2016 timeframe. And back when OneCoin, back when Cash FX, back in those days, didn't get in the Bitcoin game, wasn't really excited about just the crypto. I was really excited about programs that you could go online and they were similar to like a network marketing, but it was an online using crypto. And I felt that was the excitement, that it was similar to something I knew, but now it's online. And so that's how I really got attracted to, the online space and really building programs and building communities online. Because going to the hotels and going to, these events, and I mean, that's just draining, right? You get excited and then you fall off. And so online is like, you have to really believe in what you're doing because you're the only one that can get you excited. Like, there is no crowd in front of you. It's just you. And so when I'm excited, it's because I'm really, really excited. I've dug into it. I've done some background. I've done some research, and now I'm presenting it to you. So that's what I'm here for. And yes, that picture represents me standing in my vision. All right. Why TexitCoin? One, it's faster, cheaper, and better than Bitcoin. Right? You hear that a lot. I know, because Bitcoin was first, so it's kind of got a target on its back. But Bitcoin really laid the foundation for digital currency to become mainstream. But the government decided to stop it from becoming mainstream because they knew it would literally take the attention of people that understand money, and then it started taking the attention of those that wanted to help the unbanked across the globe away from the fiat or the normal local currencies that every country uses. That right there is a problem for central banks and for Federal Reserves and for the banking institutions out there, because they make money off of your money. And the people are saying, wait a minute. And Texans, and you got to know this, like Texans, yes, I'm from Texas, are very serious about independence. Yeah. So when you hear TexitCoin, when you hear made in Texas for Texans, but it is obviously global, then they're serious about taking power back from the government and giving it to the people so that we can flourish, just like the banks have been doing on us forever. Join the movement and help TXC go to the moon. Yes, that is one of the 40-foot containers that has actual miners that's running, and that's where your hash power comes from. So you don't personally have to have one. You can have some. You can get exceptions by the founder to have one of those on your property or wherever you want it. But this is set up so that it will support all the miners, everybody that has purchased a TexitCoin miner. Then these actual servers inside this container are producing that hash power that produces the rewards that we get every day. Why would you choose TexitCoin? Simply put, they have a balloon. No, I'm kidding. They do, but this weekend in Plano, Texas, they are having a big balloon race, and TexitCoin has a balloon. I mean, think about it. When has digital currency been advertised on a hot air balloon? Only in Texas. You definitely want to be part of something that's cool like that. But that's the level of advertising that they're doing. There's so many ways they advertise in airports, Dallas, in Houston, some places in LA, X. They say I haven't seen it personally, but they say that there's some advertisement there. So TexitCoin is breaking into arenas and markets that crypto has never been in. And that's why so many people are attracted to it, because they're getting exposed to it. One thing I found out on the weekly webinars is that TexitCoin attracts like real Texans, like not crypto people, like people that just ordinary people, maybe make some money, they retire, they have, funds available, they have some investments, but they see their money, basically losing ground. And they see the uncertainty in the normal markets on Wall Street, stock exchange. And so they're looking for a better option. And with all this advertisement, it makes people curious, and that has opened the door. And of course, with this administration and Texas being a red state, they're very in tune to the fact that the administration has opened the door to regulation and to be a crypto capital of sorts of the world. So people want to know a little bit more. And the people that didn't really look into TexitCoin or cryptocurrency, now they're getting involved a lot more than they have in the past. A lot of those, just like a Jamie Dimon of Chase, JP Morgan, talks about it as it being, funny money or fake money and all that back in the day. Now, all of a sudden, between JP Morgan and Wells Fargo and Bank of America and Barclays and all those big banks, now they're purchasing, millions and millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin as a store of value. So it's very interesting, but the people demand it. They have to supply it. Referral rewards, unlimited TXC, and bonuses. So the unlimited TXC, let me address that first. 24/7, yes, 365 days a week, you will get rewards to your account. So you will have a digital wallet. When you sign up, you get a digital wallet, and you will see your rewards hit your wallet every single day. Anywhere from 0.8 to 1.5, it's every day. It's pretty powerful. Now, that's if you have one miner. If you have multiple miners, then you're going to get that times 6 or 9 or however many you have. You definitely want to understand, if you can do multiplication, you'll probably go for the 9-pack. Referral rewards. One of the things that people understand, because we do it all the time, but for some reason, when it comes to affiliate marketing, people look at it as a strain or some stress or some friction to spread the word about something that's good. But if you're going to buy a car and you have a good experience, hey, I bought a Cadillac at this location, and somebody says, man, I like that Cadillac. Where did you get that from? You're like, oh man, let me take you over there and meet my good friend Rick at Cadillac, right? And Rick says, thank you, appreciate it, fist bump, but you don't get no commission for it. Rick gets the commission. How would you like to actually get commission for referring people to something that you like? This is how great it is. And I'm going to tell you, if you get on the weekly calls, I hope I remember to post this up at the end. On the weekly calls, Thomas Dubois, I've been on his calls many times, and so powerful. The actual testimonials are mind-blowing, right? Because these guys are like ordinary people that just got educated on crypto because of the energy of the leaders in this particular program. And they brought in a lot of people that are new to this, but they came in and they are doing it so big. And so if you have people that's never been involved in any type of affiliate marketing or anything like this, but they see how powerful this is and they actually share this information because they're excited the first time ever, and they're like, retired, like they're not like high school or college kids. These are like, seasoned people, and they share it with their friends. And then there was one lady that did a testimonial, and she was doing the presentation. She had just come back from Colorado, and she said that, just so people understand how powerful this is, she had earned over $80,000 in the last 4 months. So not giving financial advice and not trying to influence you to do or make any decisions on this, but that's just the truth of what is happening with this program, right? And so you have to make your own decision based upon the research that you do and the level of risk tolerance that you have. But this is a low risk, powerful project that will last as long as you want it to last. And then you can, of course, um, um, you can hand it down basically to family members. So it's pretty powerful stuff. The binary bonus. So if you do refer people, then you're considered, a representative, an affiliate of the program. And when you refer people, and let's say one person purchases 3 of the miners, and by the end of the week, you have 3 other people that do that, right? And that means basically you have 3 points on your left, 3 points on your right. So when you have that total of 6 points, but you have them, kind of left and right, and you're the person that invites you will definitely, break this down for you if you really want to know. Then you're going to earn $1,000 for that week, right? And so this is not a big, referral and affiliate type program. It's not set up that way. So you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I want to get that money, so I'm going to go out here and try to invite all these people. No. It's not about that. It's about how can I earn off of a safe, investment of sorts, right? And so the safest thing you can do is understand miners and how they produce these TexitCoins, and you get this reward daily, and then you can kind of see where you want to be and how much you want to earn, and thus you can purchase your miners in order to meet that goal, right? And that's really what this program is set up to do. And so I posted a video there, and so if you want that link, I can definitely post that in a place where you can click on it. But the founder, really powerful. Every Tuesday he talks basically to the members, but he gives a little introduction. Sometimes he gets invited to talk about this everywhere. And so he gives an introduction of the program. And of course, coming from the founder, it's going to be the most authentic, right? Because he can give you those minute details of how he got started and why he got started and all that great stuff, what honest money is and why that's a mission for him. So definitely you want to check that out. You can go to Texit, plug it into YouTube, and you'll find all the good stuff. So how does it actually work, right? We want to break that down. You join now, right? You complete the form, you submit your payment. Simple as that. So there are 2 ways to do that. If you want to use a bank account, then get in touch with me because I have to give you a separate link for that. But if you choose to use crypto, then you can use the link that is either here in the presentation or obviously at the bottom in the comments description. It will be somewhere, or you just contact me and I'll give it to you. No problem. Too easy. You begin earning. So every single day you'll see that rewards are adding up in your account. So that's something that happens automatically, right? This is simple, very simple, right? Spread the word. Like, you're going to enroll. If you have crypto, pay with crypto. And if you want to make more money than you're making from the daily rewards, because you're like, this is exciting. You jump on a few calls, you hear from other people. You're like, oh my gosh, there's people around the globe. We got people in India that's like excited, blowing it away. The founder, I was on a call today. He's in Thailand because he had no intentions on taking it international right now, but there was so much demand that he went to Thailand to really, lay this out. And this thing is the rocket ship is in effect. And so when that happens, somebody referred this program to them, and the founder goes over and he talks about it with the people that are very interested. And when those people decide that they want to purchase these miners, then the person that invited them to listen to Bobby Gray is going to earn commissions from that referral. And so that's what spread the word is: refer others and boost your mining power. So you can either make the $1,000 a day, a week, or up to 3,000 a week in that one, or you can actually take that in hash power. And so if you're earning, let's say, one TexitCoin per day with the 100 hash, now if you get another one, then you could be making 1.5 or 2. And so you can easily see the more hash power that you have running for you will help you to get more actual rewards on a daily basis. So you want more hash power. So some of the features, some of the technical stuff that, a lot of you may not be interested in, but it gives you perspective against Bitcoin. 254 block rewards every 3 minutes. And so that basically means that a reward is generated every 3 minutes, whereas with Bitcoin, it's every 10 minutes, right? And so being a miner, people that are mining Bitcoin, every 10 minutes, they have an opportunity to solve an algorithm and earn. So the person, around the globe that is the first to solve that algorithm, because they have more hash power, they're going to get the major, portion of the reward. So let's say the full reward is 10, Bitcoin. And then the second person gets a portion of that, might get 9 Bitcoin. The one that solves after that gets 8 Bitcoin. So it's like an algorithm inside the server and the miner that's working to solve this complex calculation. And when that happens, you get a reward. So that's how we earn every day. Is the system is doing a calculation and it produces a reward. So it's pretty cool. There are no pre-mined TexitCoins. So if you understand this space and you know that when there's pre-launches and launches and TGEs, token generation events, all those type of things happen. And a lot of times you'll have private investors that will get a whole bunch of pre-mined coins before the thing even launches. So they're going to get them at 0.01 cent. Then when it launches, you don't know about it until then, and you get them at 5 cents. And so obviously not fair, because now these people are making like 500% from day one. Now they did invest early, but after you invest, then everybody's invested. So everybody should be on a level playing field. So pre-mine basically kind of gives you that uneven, kind of situation. And Bobby Gray didn't want that to happen. He wanted everybody to, be equal, and thus no pre-mine. Nobody got them early. Everybody, this is the day it starts. This is what you purchase, and you go from there. Very fair. It started under $1 anyway, so can't beat that. 3-minute transaction spacing, and halving starts at 695 mine tokens, or coins basically. And so it's designed for long-term growth. So we are definitely rocking and rolling on that. So what is the purchase? So these are 3 of the packages, but there are ways to purchase 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can purchase anything in between, but you have to use another site to do that. When you actually use and that's my regular link is attached to the presentation and the comments and everything. Because when you use the alternative link to purchase with your bank or credit card, then there's some questions in there that kind of have to be on the call with you to answer. So it's a little more tricky, but I mean, it's straightforward, but it's like, we both kind of have to do it at the same time. So I didn't want to present that. And then somebody goes in there and then they can't finish the process, right? So this one gives you, when you go into the link, the referral link, then you'll see 1, 3, and 9. And so these 3 are posted there, and which is fine, because many people that are saying, well, I'm not sure, I don't know, or, you kind of like new, or you're just getting back into the game, then you're going to buy one to see what it does, how it works. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is pretty awesome. And then you can come back in and figure out, if I want to purchase 3 and you'll get 1 free, or if you want to purchase 9, you're going to get 2 free. So it's pretty cool. And so you can understand that if you have 900 mega hash mining power versus 100 mega hash, you're going to get a lot more reward every single day. a lot more reward, right? And people have seen this token go up over 9,000% since its inception, which is only about 6 months ago. So it's crazy. But these are some of the ones you can start with. But you can buy 2 or 3. You can buy 4. You can buy 6. You can do it any kind of way you want. All right. But at the end of the day, you just join the revolution. I mean, get started. That's the bottom line. This is a mission-driven crypto. It helps, when the more people on the network secures the network, you can build a team. You can earn additional rewards by doing that, growing your business, spreading the word, and really helping TexitCoin become that global crypto that everybody has been looking for. And right here, that is a link. Like I said, I'll put that, where you can click on it, and it will open up to, and I'll show you that in a minute. It'll open up to a site where you have some videos that you can watch, and you can just get more information about it. Just really, really good stuff. And it just gives you that, confidence that, yeah, this is a real deal. This is good information. This is something that I didn't know. Now I know. But we want to walk you through that process, and then shows you how to, register and how to get going. And like I said, you can always reach out to me, and I'll help you with that. So I wanted to make sure that you understood like how magnificent this is. So when you see on September 5th, right? And I'm not even taking you back to the beginning. September 5th, it was at $2.93. This particular coin, $2.93 on September 5th. By September 20th, it's at $5.17. So I took it all the way back to the beginning. It was 10 cents when they launched this thing, November 2024. Okay. No advertising, just right there in Texas. They finally got some monies. They did billboards. They started doing, ads in different places. They working with, the city of McKinney, Texas, to launch a digital currency that they actually use in their city, in their stores, and exchange, for coffee and ice cream or whatever. So they're working on that. So all this is happening, and you see the growth, and it just kind of, stayed pretty much steady. I mean, think about it. Over here in 2025, maybe January 2025, you still are at no more than 50 cents. It didn't hit $1 until June, or what's that, between May and July. So it had to be about June of 2025, it hit $1. And when it hit $1, it did not give up. And so by the time we get to September of 2025, it's at about $3, which I just showed you, right? And literally within 2 weeks, we're over $5. It was always up to $7, and then it came back down to $6. And today, which is 21st, I think it is, we're back up to close to $6. That's crazy. So basically what it's showing you is over a 7,000% increase from the day it started. And that's because it came back down to 5. But 2 or 3 days ago, when it was at 690 or something, it was over 9,000%, almost 10,000% increase. That's the power of this particular project. So I want you to be excited like I'm excited. And I want you to be part of something that is real and that's here to last over 130 years. That's what it's set up for. If you do get a chance to watch the video, Road to or Path to $16, that will give you a light bulb moment. Then when you see that, it gets better, because beyond that, you have something else, which is another light bulb moment that talks about how it's going. The founder, right, is talking about how it's going to go $100 to $2,000 and up. That's another vision that is, man, it's powerful. But that's what we're doing, right? And this right here is, like I said, when you actually click on the referral link and you get ready to register, then you're gonna see some of this information on your dashboard, right? But it's transparency. That's cool. So you get to see how many blocks are mined. You get to see how many new blocks since the last reward. So you're looking at about 301 day. I was just on a call with, uh, hold on. I was on a call where Bobby, the founder, like I said, he's in Thailand right now. This is like, the last call was September 19th. And so I was watching that recording, and he's in Thailand. And so he'd been invited over there to talk about TexitCoin, and they're pretty excited about that. And so he gave some statistics based on, hey, this is where we are. So he asked, basically he called back, and had his team, and they were talking about the numbers. And so they went over the numbers, and I thought this was pretty amazing, actually. And so right now, looks like we're at about 509, still on a bullish side. So I want to talk about the numbers real quick, right? And then we'll come back and we'll go over this. So the numbers. So basically, the financials are like this. To date, they have about $6.41 million in revenue, right? All the expenses aside, the revenue that they're sitting on right now, about 6.4 million. They have paid out almost $3 million in commissions since they started. Almost 3 million. Like, that's crazy powerful. And the coin is only at $5 per coin. They have, and some people opt for TXC as a payout, right? So they've paid out 260,000 TXC as payment in lieu of cash or in lieu of hash power. Man, that's a lot, right? So very powerful, very powerful. What I didn't say, I don't know if it was somewhere, but the actual blockchain that they built is based on the Litecoin Lightning Network. So basically it's compatible with Bitcoin, with Litecoin. And I think they have Ethereum as well. I have to go back and check, but I know that's what it was kind of built on, so that it could match those. Miner of the week, you get $5,000. So here's something that I wanted to say as well, and I might go over here and let me say this, because this was like outstanding. So let's do this right quick. So let me say this, right? This is so powerful to me. So I was listening to the founder and his team talk, and the guy was talking about the financials, and they started talking about the bonuses, right? And they talked about the miner of the week, the supernova bonus, and the supernova bonus, because people are really ramping this thing up. Like, people are excited about what's going on. I mean, I'm listening to one of the webinars, and the leader on there, the guy is like, look, I've made $250,000 in this program in less than 6 months. Like, he is just blown away. And of course, he's excited. And he's the one that opened up, India. And so, that's a whole nother level right there. So he was explaining what people actually can make. So when I first heard about it, it was like, okay, you make about 3,000 per week. And that was kind of the max. And then, if you have more than that, then it carry over to the next week, right? So if you made, let's say you got 18,000 of bonuses, and the max was 3,000. So basically they just roll over to the next week and next week and next week. And so you just get paid basically forever. And I said, that's okay, right? But I'm like, you got to be able to make, $1 million a month. Like, can't you? There's got to be a way. And what I found out is, yes, you can actually do that. So if you do max out on the 3,000, where you have, 6 on this side, 6 on that side, 9 on this side, 9 on that side. So those numbers, all of a sudden, they start to add up. But if you do it in a way, let's say your team is growing so much that you're getting maxed out on each side in a day, right? So he was explaining supernova being the week ends, you get paid. Then the very next day, you do the same thing, because you have so many numbers. He says people are doing this right now, whereas they're maxing out. Like right after the pay week, they max out. And so he was saying a supernova bonus, you're basically going to get 9,000, right? There's a $6,000 bonus on top of, if you have 9 on this side, 9 on this side. So now you're getting another 333. Okay. So that's 9,000. And if you do it within that week, it could be another 9,000. So he basically said you could literally make miner of the week, which is $5,000 bonus because you sold more miners. 2, you max out, right? Which is 9 and 9. So now you get 3,000 from that, but you get a $9,000 bonus. And if you did it within that day, like right after the week, and you did it on, let's say the week stops on Saturday, and you did it on Sunday or by Monday, he basically said you can earn 9,000, 9,000, 6,000, and 5,000 just in the bonus. You're still getting paid the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 for your efforts, but then the bonuses on top of that could literally be 18,000 plus, like 18, 20, something like 20,000, right? The other guy that I heard from, he was averaging about 12,000 a week. Like, that's crazy, right? But just hearing him say that, because I never really looked at it that hard, but he literally was saying, if you are serious about this business and you are building a team and everybody is, duplicating at that level, you can get to a point where you're maxing out like every day. And by the end of the week, you become the miner of the week, $5,000 bonus. You max out as 3,000 because you can only make 3,000 off of those sales. Then the bonus is on top of that because you're supernova. You're going to make 9,000 and 9,000 because it happened within that time frame. It's ridiculous. Like, you can make about 20 to 25,000 a week if you're just doing that over and over and over. And I was like, man, I just didn't know it was that powerful. And you're making money, obviously, off of your rewards of your TexitCoin. It is absolutely powerful. So all I ask is don't listen to me try to explain this thing. I got excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to finish this video because this is crazy. Make sure you jump on the calls on Wednesdays, right? Wednesdays. And I'll make sure I put that in the chat. On Wednesdays, they have a call and the guy is powerful. Like, he really rolls it out. They have testimonials. I mean, they have really, like, people, young people, old people. I mean, it's just a great mixture, but they're sincere and serious about this business and really honest money. Now, speaking of that, I want to take you over here to this page, because when we talk about honest money, that is a very interesting concept to me. And a lot of people may not understand the power of what these guys are doing. They're on a mission. They're on a serious mission. And saying that, it still doesn't really give it its due, right? But this team, with Bobby Gray as the founder, has been an advocate for honest money. He says for over 16 years, he's been doing this business, like pushing out. He did actual silver and gold coins. So he's done all of those things. So he understands these type of things. We actually, I think I show you this every time I come on. We get the TexitCoin, and we have all of that. So he makes those. That's what he was doing before he even started TexitCoin, was making the cold wallet in the form of the coins. If you had Ethereum, if you had Litecoin, whatever it was, that's what he was making. And it's a barcode on the back, boom, QR code. So basically, starting in 2008, the weapon of choice was gold, silver, or copper money that worked as a unit of account or store of value. And a medium of exchange for thousands of years, right? So originally, we know that gold, silver, and copper, that was the money, right? You can exchange it, you can get stuff, and that was the exchange. But today, we've seen the rise of Bitcoin, and a testament to the power of decentralized, people-driven currencies. Although Bitcoin has captured the interest of the masses, crypto has largely become just another digital casino for the wealthy to manipulate, day trade, and gamble. Right? Simply stated, what he's saying is this. Simply stated, crypto has lost its way. The industry desperately needs leadership to bring it back to serve its original purpose. I totally agree with that. because we know that it's a problem. Like, it's a real problem out here because people are getting ripped off left and right. Right. And so what he is saying is the digital millennium is upon us. It is imperative that we equip ourselves with the tools and knowledge needed to navigate this frontier. Gold and silver will always be a store of value, but a quality cryptocurrency is honest money, right? Honest money that operates at the velocity required by the digital economy. This is what TexitCoin represents. At the heart of our mission lies a simple belief. The real money should be for the people by the people. An honest currency is the cornerstone of a civil society. Free people deal with each other through trade and equal exchange of value. This is where it's at. And basically what he says is we reject the notion that financial prosperity is reserved for a privileged few, especially those who control the money printers, and instead advocate for a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This is where we're at. Honest money helps to build a future where prosperity knows no bounds. So I agree with that. I really believe that TexitCoin is set up to do some good things for us. Like I said, that's the coin that I was showing you that they sent out. Every miner, when you purchase, you'll get one of these because it is a cold wallet storage. So you can scan that, and then your rewards will go into that wallet. So it's pretty great. And they always call this our digital currency RocketShip because that's what TexitCoin is all about. It is definitely changing the game for everybody. The invitation is to join us, right? Join us and become digitally literate for the first time, and we will help you to unlock the potential of this particular cryptocurrency. So this right here is really one of the great opportunities that we have. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the information I presented today will give you a level of confidence in this industry that you probably hadn't had ever before. So I welcome you. If you got any questions, get in touch with me. The first thing you want to do is definitely check my channel, see if there's any other videos that will give you, information, help to expand your knowledge about this particular cryptocurrency. And you may have actual meetings in your area. I'm from Texas, East Texas, and I know that there's meetings between Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, Tyler, Longview. There's meetings all the way up and down I-20, like all over the place, that talks about TexitCoin. So if you are in that area, get in touch with me so I can plug you into a great meeting, or I can just get you access to the Wednesday Zoom calls. And they have Zoom calls on other days, but this one I plug into, and I'm just really excited because I had an opportunity to get on, had an opportunity to learn a lot more than I knew about it. And now I'm like, let's go, right? Everybody needs to know about this. But this is a great long-term project. You can make money today, or you can just, store your rewards for the future. It's all up to you. This coin, like I said, they got a path to how they're going to get to $16 and then how they're going to go beyond the 16, right? And so you definitely want to watch that. If you get a chance, I'll try to plug that into the video somewhere so you'll see that and you can take a look at that and get a better understanding of why so many people are joining this rocket ship. With that being said, I'm Coach Rashid, and I will definitely see you on the next one. All right, peace. Y'all take care and get in touch with me, right? Definitely like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and just come back for the good stuff that I'm putting out there if you believe it's worth your time. Peace.